Hey guys, what's up? I'd like to start out by saying thank you for subscribing to me. I really didn't think that anybody out there would want to do that, but it's awesome. So, thank you, and I hope you're having a good day. I decided to make a hair tutorial again because I felt that my first hair tutorial was meh, okay, but I could do better. So, bettering yourself. And I'm trying to make it without music so I can maybe help you out by talking. So tell me if it works for you down below in the comments. Okay, I start out the hair by making a triangle for the fringe, which is kind of crooked. And then the head shape I follow, and the bun is more like a donut. If it helps you, if it's easier for you. This step that I'm doing right now really is the most important step for the fact that I'm outlining the chunks of the hair which would stand out, as more realistic hair would do. Since I'm doing a more realistic kind of drawing here, I like chunks of the hair to stand out and some parts of the hair to fall down, be affected by gravity, and some of them be more tight. So this is what I'm doing here by outlining really the chunks of the hair, and you can do it any way you want. You can pause my video and do it the way I do it, but really have some chunks and make the shadows which fall under the chunks of the hair stand out, which is what I'm doing now. That's important to make it a 3D effect, really, because having the shadow and the light together in a good combination, not too much of any of them, is really perfect. But I'm not striving to make a perfect picture. I go along with my mistakes. Also, a more professional artist would tell you they'll be able to do it with less effort. I'm doing this with effort right now, also because it's a tutorial, so I need to make some more steps to it than maybe I'll normally make. But the bun, I'm pretty much following the same rule by outlining chunks of the hair, and really in the bun, the middle part, and the part where the bun meets the hair will be the darkest parts. So I'm putting a lot of pencil around on the outline of the bun and in the middle, and maybe putting a chunk of individual hairs here and there. So now that you've done that, let's continue with making the fun part, which is really making individual hairs. But try to not make too many individual hairs, because that will end up looking kind of chaotic. And try to make it darker towards the roots and under the ends of the hair. Keep it a bit chaotic, because normal hair doesn't really fall very ordered. I know I'm not making it too chaotic here, but that's for aesthetical purposes. No, keep it a bit chaotic, and then with your finger or with a smudger, I'll prefer a smudger, smudge out the main and the darkest parts of the hair. You can smudge out everything, leaving the middle part lightest, but try to smudge out the darkest parts while still kind of seeing, kind of letting the individual hairs peek through. And do the same for the middle part of the hair, keeping in mind that the light will fall slightly different. However, towards the roots, it will be a bit darker, and where the individual hair strands fall, there will be a shadow. The biggest shadow, though, would be under the bun. I'll show you in a minute. I'm making shadows with individual hairs, not too many, and trying to keep it chaotic. Orderly, chaotic. The part towards the neck will also be dark because the light does not fall there. So keep that in mind and repeat over with a pencil as many times as you want. I do it very gradually, and less is more. So I smudge out the darkest parts of the hair that I've drawn already. I try to keep the middle parts of each strand kind of light, although I do smudge over them too, but I try to keep them kind of light so that the light peeks through. And I repeat with the pencil with the darkest parts I feel should be. I like high contrast, so if you don't like high contrast, you could leave it pretty much like it was now, but I like more extreme contrast, so I repeat a lot. I repeat a lot, and really making the shadows pop towards the end, or towards where the bun meets the hair. That would naturally be the darkest part of the bun and of the hair under the bun. And in the bun, it's important to remember the same rule. So the middle part of the bun would stay light if the light source is kind of upwards, to up directed to where the camera is. If the light source comes from the camera, the light would fall there. The middle part of the bun would be really dark, and the under the bun, as I said before, where the bun meets the hair, that would also be the darkest part. You can try to make individual hairs or individual strands on the bun too. It depends on your liking. You can also make it fairly ordered, because you can make a bun like that. But I try to keep it kind of a mixture of that. So there are some strands on the right, and then it's more combed on the left. Smudge it out as well, and if you smudge with your fingers, I'm not saying it would be bad, but in this situation, in this picture, it would be a bit better if you have a smudger. You can buy that at a bookstore or at a special place where art stuff is sold. Depends on where you live. Again, I repeat with a pencil because I like contrast, the darkest parts, and I make individual hairs stand out for a more, not 3D, but more realistic kind of look. Because, when you make a bun, there's always those hairs that stick out. At least on my hair. So I try to make the sticking out hair, or the baby hairs too, if you want to call it that. The baby hairs on the neck, I make those stand out. And then the imperfection of the bun too, because that is important. Imperfection is good. Remember. Okay, you can leave your hair like this. You don't need to continue making shadows if you don't want to. Practically speaking, we're done. However, I want more contrast, more than this. So I'm gonna take a dark pastel. You can do that with charcoal. I'm gonna take a dark pastel and lightly, not putting too much, smudging with my finger as well. I'll just put it on the places where it really, where the places that are really dark. And this one you can smudge with your fingers. Be careful not to make it too messy. That's my main problem with smudging with my finger. Sometimes it gets too messy, and then I end up putting dark spots all over my drawing, and it's annoying. So I'm pretty much putting it on the neck too, towards the face and on the roots. That's where my darkest places will be. And so I'm done. And thank you very much for watching, for subscribing, and engaging with me. It's really nice to read your nice comments, or any kind of feedback, really. Hope I see you next time. Have a nice day, and bye-bye.